What are we doing?
I'm trying
Good
to
grief. Yeah, well, I'm trying to sit too.
sit. I can't
So, we've elected, been told,
sit.
however you want to look at it, we're going to build, I think they're the suppressor, the guy, she wants the fly guy, I guess. So, this was in issue 63, so kind of along with the bike.
The bike guy.
Bike guy. 5960 you need for this guy. 63 has like this weird mixture of
Different
things because you got like one suppressor, one eliminator, and then you got 3 infiltrators. I don't know how that works, but that's what we got in 63. So we're gonna do the suppressor.
Yes.
Because he's flying.
Yes.
He's got some grav thing going on or something. So, and just real quick, here's our tools. Oops, we forgot one thing. The snips.
And mine.
Yep, the snip. You need your snips, scriber. I like to use a sanding stick here. This is about to be changed because there's not much sand left. I like grabbing an old toothbrush. It gets the fuzzies off. And some cement, some plastic model cement.
Painting glue.
Painting glue? It's kind of painting glue because it's got a brush. Yeah. I like the extra thin Tamiya, and I like the Tamiya scriber. This came with the, I think it's the Agora Warhammer Imperium subscription. I actually like these. They're pretty good. No complaints so far. So that's what you're going to need. Really what you necessarily have to have is a snipper and something to scribe this down with, and glue.
But don't cut yourself.
So we start off with 1 and 2 and then 4. So pretty sure we can cut that all out at once. Usually you don't want to do that. I remember seeing somebody, like, I just bought my first kit and show where they've cut like every single piece out already.
Like that.
What is 1? 1 is a shoulder.
No,
that's 6. There it is. Okay. They've like snipped every single piece out, and it's just laying there, and you're like,
yeah.
I don't know how you're ever going to get that put together.
How?
But the trick with the snipping is, see that part there you're going to put to the sprue, and this is where you're going to put to the piece that you're cutting out.
Please do not pinch yourself with these. They will hurt. I have not pinched myself because I do not use them. But I bet it's painful.
Sure it is. It's one thing I've not done is
stab yourself.
Well, I've stabbed myself, but I haven't
a million times
snipped myself.
Ow. I just ripped my eye farther away.
Ripped your eyeball out.
No, I ripped my eye farther away from where it's supposed to be, see?
Mm-hmm. And these have like keys so that you can get them in there correctly. They're not actually, I wouldn't classify these as push fit. You can't, that's not going to stay there. You're going to have to glue it, but it's kind of like a semi-push fit. They use keys so that you make sure that you get the position that they should be in. Sometimes when you've got these rounded pieces, the bit of the pin is still on there, and you can just go in and snip that off. Easier that way. Shoulder pads are quite awful.
Terrible. And everything bad.
I think that's it. And there's always one on the foot, thankfully. And they got one there. And the problem with these, you're like, oh, well, you know, it's hidden. No one's going to see that. But the problem, though, is that sometimes if there's enough left behind, it's going to affect the position of that piece. So you still want to come in here and make sure that that's flattened. And of course, get the foot. So I think these guys are like standing on like a platform or something. Really won't see that, but it's always good. Oh, and you know what? I messed up already.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have my glasses on. Get the wrong ones. Just a sec. All right, much better.
New glass.
Oh yeah, I can see now. Don't get old. Whatever you do, don't age. These shoulder pads, you use a little sanding stick, and it is rounded, so you gotta kind of go with the curve.
I'm happy I'm the youngest in the family. I
Yep.
have the youngest eyes.
You do. The youngest.
I am 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
My dog is 10.
Soon to be 11.
Yes. August next month. Yay!
And there's always a little bit of a line here on the legs.
Tiny bit.
But there's going to be a piece that fits in there, so we don't got to worry too much. And it's not all that much that it's going to affect the positioning. But he is going to have something on his foot. So I'll just get in there and help knock that down. There's their little foot jet. And when you get in to part like this, part you always paint black, it's got a nice pointed edge there. So you can just get in there and kind of dig out the mold line and then brush that off, and a little bit of sandpaper, and that'll knock down the ridge.
But you're using a standing stick.
Yeah, well there's sandpaper on the stick.
Ew.
You see how that happens?
Yes.
See how that goes together there? Sandpaper on a stick makes it a sanding stick. Yeah.
I said paper stick.
Paper stick, yeah.
What is wrong with me?
And this isn't metal. We are
I'm hearing
past
songs
metal,
in my head.
thankfully.
I'm hearing songs in my head.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing.
Let it go.
So you just want to make sure you get these knocked down, sweetie. I mean, you know. Okay, so we know that's got the key. That's going to go right there. It should fit nice and snug. Like she mentioned, it's kind of a glue paint.
Pink glue.
Glue paint, yeah, paint glue, because it's got a nice little applier there.
Just so.
Which makes it really nice.
It's just so.
And yeah, this is the first video, you know, that's works by basically kind of melting the plastic.
Hot oven.
No, it's not hot oven.
Plastic.
It's a chemical process.
Mm.
It's a chemical process.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm itching myself.
Well, yeah,
I'm an itch.
and that one's gonna go like that.
That
There's no key there, so you just gotta figure out how it goes. This is called dry fit. Before you put the glue on, so that you know where the glue is going to be, and it does help to get glue on both sides, both pieces.
I
to
can't
start that melting process. And you find where it goes back again. No. Okay, so we're just going to hold it for a second.
While I climb.
See ya. Alright, let that sit while we find 3 and 5. Those are the front of his legs. 3 and 5, pretty easy to find because they've got these weird things here. And you may notice, might be able to see how that pin looks there, how it's flat as it connects. And when you flip it over,
Gummy bear?
you can see it's got a point.
In here.
There's no gummy bears in there. Oh yeah, there are.
I want some.
Yeah, let's leave them alone.
Now I'm getting hungry.
I found that if you take the clips and snip them off like that, so that the flat part is up, that snips a lot better. Apparently she's gone to get some gummy bears, so we'll have some peace and quiet for a minute. See, like there, flip them around and press that back against the fig. That flat part goes against the fig, and that open part goes to the sprue. This came out real easy. And one like that, one like that, easy peasy. So let's get those scraped off. Let's see, yeah, that's snipped pretty clean. Oh, the big mold line there. That's snipped off pretty clean too. But yeah, we got some little left over here. I also like to scrape it from different angles. Does a better job. The fin. I mean, you might want to leave that like that.
I got some gummy bears.
Great. But I'd like to try to make that flat. Just quick light sanding, it's all gone. And there around this dome there's probably, yep, other side. Almost missed that. It's nice and light. So you don't want to like deform the piece because you went at it a little too rough. Probably a little bit of a mold line down here. All right, just the bottom. There's a pin there. And if you do go out too heavy, you can use that point again and put. That's where you really don't want to use too much pressure, because that thing is really sharp. Almost use your fingernail
Sure.
instead.
It's so sharp it can cut all 7 layers of your skin.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can
We'll just drop some glue in there. And I guess that, yeah, this rim here, at least on the side, that little bit right there. And right down there. Right down there. Now let's see how those will fit together. Yeah, fit together pretty good. Yeah, there's a little bit of a receptacle in there. So putting a little bit of glue on that pin will help. That is looking good. Once again, did a good job. These newer modeling process produces some really easy things to demold.
I'm headed
Still some problems, but you always have to
I need more
trim the
gummy bears.
pins down. Go get your gummy bears. So again, a little dab on that pin down the sides and just kind of everywhere in the middle. Not so sure that pieces fit together and touch there, but if they do, start melting that plastic down there. And just put his boot on. Hold it there for a second.